His opponent in the top left side. Quite a group of people chanting his name right now. It is the Red Terran, a big streamer. It is the Cranky Ducklings, Vindicta. Player that has a lot of fans, not only because he does stream a lot, but also because he has a very cool playstyle to kind of behold. One of those playstyles that is reminiscent of a Beyond, perhaps. Very micro-intensive, always on the move, always has a couple of units doing something somewhere. He just can't sit still. The start of the game must be a torture for him, really. If it was more efficient for him to move his SCVs individually, he probably would. He probably would. And he'd be excited by it. He's like, finally, something to do. Bioice opening up pretty standard. Again, I'm not entirely certain what to expect out of Bioice. Vindicta, I feel pretty comfortable saying that we're going to see regular stuff out of him. We're going to see him trying to build up, do a couple of pushes here and there, do the harassment, do the multi-pronged aggression, you know. Try to bring it into a late game. Nothing very committed out of timing attacks and cheesy ploys. No, sir. I don't think we'll see that out of Vindicta. Bioice, again, might happen. It could happen. I'm not certain. Here we go. Well. Reaper gun just doesn't quite hurt the hatchery, unfortunately. Doesn't hurt shooting it, nonetheless. As out the frustration of the Reaper. And there we go. Already getting quite a couple of those Zerglings, low HP, unfortunately not getting any of them. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon, perhaps. Ooh, doesn't quite get it either here. Tried going for the Creep Tumor, and instead couldn't quite get anything right there. Very quick third base out of Vindicta, also coming up. Looking to expand on his macro right here. Again, that is what we expect. Bioice off of the 3 base. I think this could be a moment where he could show some of his more designed strategies. Perhaps he has more solidified his play as well into the standard kind of meta pool. So far just droning up. Casual Zerg play. He's gonna get himself a couple of queens, a handful of Zerglings. Then he should be okay against the Hellions. Gets a Zergling Scout and ooh, does see the Starport with a Tech Lab on there. That will mean that either a something is being built there, right? Could be quite a bit of anything. Could be a Raven, could be a Banshee. I think the Battlecruiser would be a bit too soon, although he did go for the 3rd CC, so that could fit in there, perhaps. Bioice has got to be careful. At least the answer to all those 3 things are pretty similar. Just make sure your queen count is on cue and make sure you have a Spore Crawler or 2 available to run back and forth between mineral lines. First Banshee coming out for Vindicta already, of course, on the map. Where is it? There it is. A good amount of Hellions here. Looking for some drones perhaps as well. Not that many Zerglings ready to defend. And there come the Queens. They will be ready to defend. They won't be able to defend a Banshee, of course, if all of them do go towards wherever those Hellions go. Another base for Bioice, 4th base. Cloak for the Banshee, about to finish up together with a secondary Banshee, and that will definitely be a troublesome duo here for the Zerg player. The gruesome twosome. this real quick. There we go. Oh, there they are. That's interesting. What's interesting is this. Okay. Doesn't quite get much so far, and I don't think he will get anything else either. Great control for Bioice. He made the units he needed, except... Oh, no, wait, there's the Spore Crawler there. Yep. He's ready. He could have... Maybe Vindicta could have done something here, right? There seems to be a bit of a possibility with the Spore Crawler that far away, but he doesn't like his odds regardless, and rather keeps those Banshees alive, and that is a fair play. That is a fair play, no matter what anyone else tries to tell you. Sometimes I prefer that play. Actually, he did lose one of those Banshees now. Which is also a fair play. It's all fair in war, isn't it? That's a lot of injecting that on that hatchery. We'll be leading up into a lot of larvae. How many are we on right now? Only 5. Okay. Keeping that under control. Double medevac drop with more Hellion support. Did he ever lose those other Hellions? No, sir, he didn't. Still having those around could be a nice thing, especially with the armor redone. Might even make them into Hellbats. Although, is Baneling speed done? No, it's not. Maybe you just want to have them into regular Hellions then. Because you can just kite those Banelings so well. Now with the Hellbats, it's, you know, Banelings still kind of waddle. Oh, that is a lovely shot right there from that siege tank. All the Marines are still alive. As Bioice perhaps overextending a bit off of creep, trying to chase down this Terran army. Hoping to save his own base. I think he still will. There's a good amount of queens here. He lost a lot of Banelings and a lot of Zerglings, which he will have to replenish ASAP. Because, well, this is on the way as well. He is gonna be in trouble. Quite a lot of creep tomb is here, helping out, slowing down Vindicta considerably. Vindicta deciding to move backwards here as well. Giving Bioice some more breathing room. Kind of looking at the work account here for Bioice, and that still has me a bit worried. Doesn't seem like he managed to really grow his economic numbers to the extent that a lot of Zergs players would like to be at. And they are playing a very Zergling-Baneling style. Especially if you're going to use them this aggressively, trying to run in. And, well, that's a siege tank with 24 kills right now. Look at that. Say hi. Say hi, Mr. Siege Tank. You're on the camera. Another push from Vindicta. Aiming to gather up some more kills. Banelings were there together with a plenty of Zerglings. Forces this backwards, but look at the amount of creep tumors that were killed here. There's a stretch of creep, no longer gonna be the purple kind that Bioice would like it to be. He had so many queens, right? 8 queens. Alright. Definitely seen kind of in a period of time for him where he was like, okay, now it is very important to have a good amount of creep so that the Marine pushes don't just waddle in without any creep there being at all. Oh, that is rough. Okay, that was very rough. Vindicta is just, he is so in control. He is so in control right now. This is just a casual walk. Look at that. Moving in, more medevacs right now. This is starting to fall all apart for Bioice, it feels like. More Banelings trying, how many? 32 kills on that siege tank. I promise you, like 60% of that is Banelings. Okay, well, more and more stuff now coming in for Vindicta, marching across. The creep is gonna get cleared. Medevacs over on the side. They might get a bit of trouble here. Vipers. Goes for the parasitic bomb. That will allow these medevacs still to kind of run in here and drop their units. Doesn't look like that is going to be the case. Vindicta deciding to focus his efforts on his army. That's pushing into the creep right now. Widow mines. Shoot their shots and get okay connections. Medevacs. I'll still hit. Oh no, don't tell me he's gonna get those Vipers now. It's with the Vipers that attack the Medevacs. Oh no. It's like a Greek tragedy. We should have finished that job. Well, more Zerglings dying over here. Vindicta is just absolutely everywhere. Look at this. He's just there. He's just there. He's like, oh, banelings. Everything in the medevac going. And now he's gone. I ruined this streak. I ruined. That was my fault. That was my bad, Vindicta. Alright. More banelings. Bioice. How are you ever going to be able to come back in this situation? It was just... I have to show this. We have to see. That efficiency, man. That is insane. That is double the efficiency here for Vindicta. And he is just... Oh my goodness. Well, things weren't bad enough yet, apparently, according to the StarCraft gods here for Bioice, as they made one of those Widow Mines. Well, I say the gods, I don't know. There was a bit of Vindicta and Bioice combined together, I suppose, but that's a lot of banelings. That was a big blob of green going down to one Widow Mine. And Bioice, yeah, this is the thing, right? He never went up to an extreme worker count. The maximum amount of workers he's made this game so far is 75, and a lot of Zergs, when you see them play this style, yeah, he's really hurting for cash here. Sure, the trades haven't been amazing either for Bioice, but on top of that, he just couldn't get his economy going before Vindicta just unleashed all sorts of hell. There we go. Next game will be coming up with Vindicta in the lead. Looking forward to see if he can be that decisive again, because that was some impressive stuff. That's the Vindicta that makes people excited, isn't it? That was too much Vindicta, actually, for me. You did too well. Yeah, we'll wait for that lobby to be hosted. Should be any moments. There we go. Okay, now I can stop peering anxiously over my microphone. Yeah, that was rough. That was very rough for Bioice. And it is not how I kind of remember Bioice either from back in the day. It seems like he is trying to evolve his overall gameplay here into what is, you know, being done by a lot of Zerg players now, right? Getting the massive amount of Zerglings, getting the massive amount of banelings. And the Casticus, yep, I ruined it. Ah, a good time. Good time from 2 minutes ago. Alright, moving on. Waterfall, map number 2. Our best of 3 could conclude here, and we could be lucky and get ourselves game number 3 as well. We'll see. We'll see. We would have a bit less of a break between this series and the other series then, right? Right, there it is. 1 point on the board for the Red Terran in the top right side. The Cranky Ducklings, Vindicta. Bottom left side, the Blue Zerg fighting for System Gaming. It is Bioice. Moving things along, game number 2. Everything's on sharp here for Vindicta. He realizes what's at stake as well. How are we opening up this game here? Once again, standard stuff. Bioice going for the hatchery first. I'm imagining we're going to see the gas and spawning pool afterwards. Although he is saving up a little bit. Oh, there we go. Just wanting to really maximize the overall mineral mining here. That should be the spawning pool, clearly. as well. I don't know, man. After seeing that previous game, this could just be in the hands of Vindicta now, right? He was pretty sharp with his marine micro, but maybe this time around, if he messes that up just slightly, right? He could just start an inevitable tumble all of a sudden. I say inevitable, but that's probably not the right word to use. Ooh, more barracks. I like that. It's always my favorite, seeing a Terran go for quite a bit of bio. Even though it's a little bit of a anticlimactic ending sometimes for a game, where it's just the Terran shows up with a bunch of Marines and he just deals too much damage for the Zerg there. Oh. Oh, he gets it. Won't become an extractor this time around. On the other side now, the Zerglings are trying to deal with this SCV. Oh, Vindicta is going to be a troublemaker, isn't he? He's going to be a troublemaker indeed. He's going to be a big troublemaker. 2 drone kills right there. A massive delay on the 3rd base. And this is trouble. This is true trouble now. Already. Vindicta just relentless with this overall pressure. He's just there. He's just there. It's always what I find myself saying watching Vindicta. It's been a while since I've seen a Terran manage to get away with that. That was not a game of my own. Right? Where I played a Zerg, obviously. But yeah, a great block. 2 drones going down. A little bit late with sending the drone out to your 3rd base. And that stuff can happen to you, man. It happens quickly and it's heartless when it happens to you, but it does happen. That's the game of StarCraft, man. Vindicta, you know, he's right to capitalize on that. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Comes back around. Round number 2. No Zerglings present, so he goes in further. And he's eyeing up those drones, isn't he? He's like, oh, well, my lovely little drones, looking around for a potential Roach Warren. Anything of the sorts. No lair anywhere either. That's a good scout. He knows now what is up. And it looks like his opponents, right? If he reads into it correctly, he's just droning up. That's pretty much what he's doing. Vindicta behind this didn't go into a triple barracks with the opener, but a double Rex with the factory and a starport. Still going to be quite a hefty fire gunning force of power here. Well, it's going to be a lot of gunpowder. Do they still use gunpowder in this future? I don't know. It's going to be a lot of guns shooting. There we go. Let's just dumb it down enough so that it won't be wrong anymore. Wonderful. Trouble a-brewing. The queens are getting ready, but they might get flustered. Okay, that's a good amount of Zerglings about to pop. Would like to see those already present at near the queens. Vindicta does notice those bad boys as well. Will be moving himself into the main base. Zerglings already there, and that's the end of that. Well done by Bioice. Shuts it down. Let's see if he can get himself up to a significant amount of drones this time around. Really try to push that number as up high as possible. At least if he still wants to play this Zergling Baneling heavy style, right? Kinda have to. At least I always assumed you have to, because that's how I see it work for other Zerg. And a big stim with a mine could be a massive hit here as well, with those Zerglings being nearby. Ooh, just kind of picks it all up. Careful with that. Matter of fact, are there more queens? Yes, there is. He's going to target that lowered one. You know he will. Oh, the queens get moving. Bioice being a tricky little bugger, but has pity on those medevacs and will let them escape. Might be afraid of another attack hitting him somewhere else with his queens far off in no creep land. Might take them a while to get back in a hurry. Here he goes with a mine this time around in the ground, and that is the splash. Good amount of kills, I imagine. Vindicta starting to take the lead in the trading overall. Starting to see a whole lot of red once more on that minimap, aren't we? Starting to head on over onto the blue part of town. Nice cancellation on that base, forcing it no longer to be there. Making some things here. Might find himself a good connection. The creep is still getting rid of itself here, slowly but surely. Oh, that is a big hit on the Widowmine, actually, hitting a lot of Marines. Not the targets you'd like to see hit from a Widowmine. Some friendly fire. Some trouble in paradise on the Terran side of the map. A lot of Zerglings, and now the Banelings as well, starting to accelerate towards the natural base. This could be a whole lot of trouble here for Vindicta. That wall does not seem like it's strong enough for this amount of Banelings. Down it goes. Suddenly it's busted. Everything's open for Vindicta. Vindicta needs some sort of unit presence here, but a lot of it was sent across the map. A lot of it just didn't seem to get enough done. Widowmine's trying... Oh, it's got to be careful here. You got to be ever so careful. Alright, SCV's in absolute disarray. Vindicta losing a lot of them. 18 of them have gone down so far. The third base is just not mining whatsoever. Well, because all the SCVs are just running back and forth. Is Vindicta kind of having to replace his command center there? I don't know if it was misplaced. I don't think it was. Maybe it was. That was a good move from Bioice, really. But again, you know, his work account is just not quite up there. Okay, now it is. Now it is. Caster cursed myself. I should have looked at the production tab, huh? That was a big spike. 4 more coming up. Yep, definitely. He's going to hit that 75 worker mark again. And he lost 3, so he's already doing better than the previous game in a whole lot of senses. There we go, another one of these moments going more so in his favor. Widowmine trying to be a little tricky bugger, but ultimately you're going to have to make your call on what you're going to shoot. He was just really hoping Bioice would make a mistake there. Nice walk away with the Zerglings. Again, retargeting with those Widowmines is Vindicta, trying his best here. Ooh, there we go. That was a good connection. Only Zerglings remain. Vindicta on the other side. Ooh, that was close. Barely in time to pick everything up again. Still trading out okay. But is it okay enough? Supply for Bioice is increasing, but not by an incredibly scary speed. And, well, with these Banelings here, oh, that is the wrong target for that Widowmine. I think Vindicta has it once more. Starting to gain control. More Zerglings here as a... almost a bit of a desperate measure, trying to get more SCV damage going. Bioice, I think he would do well just to kind of slow things down again. Stop trying to finish off his opponent right here, right now, and just get himself into that hive tech, get himself in a comfortable position, and not risk losing massive amounts of Banelings and Zerglings. But, well, yeah, that is a lot of Banelings that just went down. Was that only 2 or 3 Widowmines there? I don't know. Well, the base of Vindicta is still on fire, so... 19 more SCVs going down. Remarkably, however, that overall supply is still very, very close. And even with this worker lead, the bank for Bioice just doesn't seem to exist. He is throwing away so many Banelings trying to finish off Vindicta, and he's just getting hit by Widowmines. It is an awful thing to have happen to any Zerg. But that's just what it comes down to here. Vindicta still with an okay shot to win this one. 90 army supply strong, and that's a lot of Widow Mines with the Marines. Oh, he's far on to creep, however. That Widow Mine needs to do well. Another Widow Mine. Okay, well, that is... That... Oh... That's all the Banelings gone again. That is all the Banelings gone again. Vindicta busy with more Banelings on the other side. He's fighting for his life right now. He absolutely is. He's trying so incredibly hard, and Bioice is trying so incredibly hard to just take him down. He just wants it to end. Keeps sending in those Zerglings and Banelings. He's like, alright, send more. Widow Mine hit on the Banelings. Yes, it is. Retargeting there from Vindicta. He knows where his probability of success lies. And as with just extreme efficiency. Bioice, he's really making moves as well. Running in with the Zerglings from this angle. And that would make the SCVs move around. And then he tries to run in with like a couple of Banelings on the left side. And if that had managed to work, I mean, this game would start to really go into his favor. However, right now, I mean, he still has to absorb one of these armies of Vindicta. Vindicta, oh, yeah, I don't know if you can run back here, buddy. Well, I guess he has to. He can't run onto creep, but I don't want to see him move all the way back. He needs to have some sort of a force on the other side. He needs to have a presence there, because Bioice is still growing in number of bases. He's just mining so much more than you now. Something has to happen there. Big Widow Mines onto the Marines. They're low HP now. But Bioice not close by enough with the rest of his units. As Banelings once again rolling in here. Very scary moments over and over again. Yes, the army supply just kind of sticks around the same mark. Ooh, this could be something. Nah. Army for Bioice ready and waiting. Matter of fact, managed to escape with most of those most of the Marine stuff. This could be a moment. This could be a moment if Bioice tries to engage this. I think you should just go for the base race, really. But he's going to try to make this work. And if he loses his army too... Nah, he's got this. He's got this. Right? He's got this. Hey, he's got this. He doesn't got this. He doesn't have it. Just barely missing out a couple of Banelings. Once again, Vindicta just showcasing that micro. The target fire on those Widow Mines truly keeping him alive here. And fighting back with whatever he still has. Hoping to end this game 2-0 rather than 2-1. It's gonna make him feel a little bit extra secure in that final, well, for this final day. Losing more SCVs, rotating back again with his army. Widow Mines this time around might not be enough to take out the Baneling numbers that are available. And there it is. GG is called. It took a long time, but well played. Alright, well played there by Bioice, tying up the series and making Vindicta definitely work for his trouble. Alright, game number 3 on Data C. Alright. Sorry. Still trying to contain my coughing now and again in the during the games. I hope it's not too noticeable. Data C, the third map. A lot of that came down to the very successful first initial run by there of Bioice. Felt like it started to slip away from him a little bit, getting super aggressive over and over again onto that base, but well, he managed to knock down Vindicta enough pegs at least that a comeback in that one was incredibly difficult. Alright. Okay. They're figuring out the colors. Here we go. Lovely stuff. Let's get it all out of the way. And here we go. I think he's trying to kill Bioice by causing a frustration headache. That's a good one. That's a good one. Alright guys, game number 3. We are hopping into there right now. In the bottom left side, the Cranky Ducklings Red Terran player. Put your hands together for Vindicta. His opponent in the top left side for Team System Gaming. It is the Blue Zerg, Bioice. Tied up show. Hands are gonna get a little bit sweaty here for Migs. So much is on the line for him. Bioice perhaps in a little bit more of a comfortable position playing right here, knowing that he's eliminated. And knowing he's only playing for the money of this best of 3. And hopefully it's not going to get into Vindicta's head here too much. We know he can do it. That previous game, he played from behind for such a long period of time, and it was a bummer because it was one of those run-bys where you're like, well, yeah, that kind of just happened because you're very active on the map, but just one little slip-up because of that, and, well, things can go haywire now and again. Let's see this entire lovely map that people made, shall we? It's a lovely trip across, isn't it? Oh, we're going back. Going back around. Command center for Vindicta here with the... Was that a Reaper? It was a Reaper indeed. Moving across right now. Follow up with the factory. Oh, doesn't get this time around. Oh yeah, that previous game, that was all with Vindicta being such a problem maker for, or a troublemaker for that third base of Bioice. At that point, I was like, alright, let's pack our bags, we're done with this match. Continue onwards to the next one, but no, Bioice. Running in, was it? I think it was just mostly Zerglings, right? Running into the main and natural base and just eating up a bunch of the SCVs. Alright. Little Queen making the Creep Tumors appear. Looking sharp on that remark. We're gonna get ourselves some more Banshees here out of Vindicta. I don't know, not entirely certain. Could become the case. At least we will have ourselves a couple of Hellions once more. Can't have a TVZ without them, it feels like. Unless if you go for the triple Rex and you just have a bunch of Marines to kind of deal with it. But even then, you know, Marines just not as efficient against those Zerglings as those Hellions are. Probably one of the most efficient units against any other units they could be efficient against. Or maybe the Hellbat would be that. Yeah, probably. Here comes the creep. Here comes the attempted creep denial. Doesn't quite get it. No Zerglings there really to help out. Zergling scout on this side. Sees the command center. Doesn't quite see anything else, so we'll send that overlord in. He's hoping to be able to see what is happening, of course, whether or not there's a Banshee on the way. And he's not going to be able to see a starport on attack lab, at least. But, no. Vindicta won't have himself any cloak. Nor will he have a secondary Banshee. It's just a singular this time around. It was like 30 SCVs to 75 drones. Yeah, it was insane, wasn't it? It was insane, and he still managed to make it so close for so long. Just sticking in there and trading efficiently. Well, it's getting quite a bit of work done here as well. Already 4 drone kills with the Banshee. The headache strategy continues here for Vindicta. Queen's trying to assemble at the 3rd base as well, and apparently not necessary. The Banshee does fall. Bit of a miss micro there. Mismanagement. Queen's coming out again. Looking to break it up. Ooh, that's a bit unfortunate. Luckily, it wasn't done yet, that reactor. Otherwise, that would have been a shame. I'm not quite sure how far it was from completing either. It seems pretty close. So, definitely a bit of a delay here for Vindicta, but hopefully nothing too much. Bioice on the other side, quite severely supply blocked. So they're both struggling. They're both struggling in their own way. And it's even again. Look at the amount of creep Miss Bioice puts down. It is rather ridiculous. I absolutely love it, don't get me wrong, but man, it's hard to see, you know, other Zerg players that would put down this many creep tumors. Even now, with those Hellions coming in, he's like, no, we can make more creep tumors now. We have so many that even if he kills 5 active creep tumors now, we still have 6 more behind it. And that's just him slowing himself down because, well, I got more time to make Zerglings and Banelings now. More creep tumors going down. The siege tanks in the far back will be able to support here. As the wraparound of the Zerglings and Banelings is coming in. More siege tanks are shooting the area, bombarding it quite heavily. Are they going to be able to clean up those Banelings? Yes, they are. The Marines quite low, however. Need to get on top of the siege tanks before they are both gone. Saves one of them. I don't think he's in a position where he can continue pushing here either. Trying to get a couple of queens. Gets one. Gets only one. So close. There we go. Gets 2. Reinforcing army for Vindicta is coming in. Counterattacks, however, once more. Trying their luck here. Vindicta this time around ready for it, however. Oh, that is, again, a lot of Banelings. They move away from the siege tanks, but they are still going to get shot quite a bit. Actually, Reaper Nade helping out the Banelings. That's funny how things go sometimes. That was almost a perfect spread for those Banelings. It'd be an interesting way of splitting your units. Oh, save it, save it, save it! He does. Okay. This is starting to get a bit scary. More Zerglings are coming across the map here. Vindicta, he could be losing it right now. With the Zergling numbers coming in, where is the rest of Vindicta's army? It's nowhere to be seen. It's still in the production tab. Oh dear. He has 5 Marines right now, 2 Widowmines. He's up against 40-something Zerglings. They're coming in. Oh, Widowmines on Burrows. He knows he's in trouble if those goes off against his own SCVs. More SCVs are dying. More Zerglings are moving in, taking down the infrastructure. Slowly being set up here by Vindicta, but Vindicta, you know what? Still alive, still ahead on the worker count for the time being. And his army supply is starting to grow again as well. On a similar count as that of the Zerg. I think Vindicta managed to stay alive. Oh, he's still losing units. Oh, those Widow Mines, the friendly fire. Oh, that is rough. But, I mean, look at these worker counts. Bioice perhaps once again a little bit stifled by his own doing here. Just not having enough drones, nor, well, being a bit oversaturated on some bases. He's solving that problem right now. He's addressing that issue. But I feel like that is why Vindicta might be able to kind of stick around in here. Other engagements right here. Those SCVs, they might be in trouble. It's a dead planetary. Well done by Bioice. Finds another bit of damage. I say a bit of damage. That is actually quite a considerable amount. Vindicta starting to lose more SCVs just over and over, hemorrhaging these units. Bioice, yeah, sure, he is on a lower worker count overall, but not anymore, I suppose. This is just such an explosive, aggressive play from Bioice. Now starting up more drones. There we go. That's what I like to see. Back up to 72. Which normally would still not be that much. But for Bioice here, it does seem to be around the mark where he would like to be. On that, you know, this is this higher drone count right now that we see him go up to most of the time. And it's allowing him to be a lot more straight up forwards with his Zerglings and Banelings, right? He arrives a bit quicker and it does feel like a bit more of a knife's edge also, though, I have to say. No base to take out there this time. This might be the best way for Vindicta to win this, but not having that expansion. And Bioice is trying to finish him off, and Vindicta just winning the game that way. Alright. Bioice, he is gobbling up the map. Those creep tomb is ever so spreading across as well. Finding themselves in pretty good positions. Guess this is the one little scary spot. 4 queens. Might be enough. More Zerglings for the counter-attack here are going to be shot down rather quickly. The queen's struggling against the Marines. Matter of fact, gets them away though as soon as the Zergling reinforcements arrives. Bioice is scary, man. This is absolutely terrifying. This Zerg that is just willing to run in head first over and over and over again. Ooh, good kill on that hatchery. No cancel allowed. Can Vindicta do it? It's about 20 supply behind. All of that is in workers. His army supply is still looking pretty strong. Thing is, right, probably if he starts moving across the field, as soon as he does, Bioice will just send all those Zerglings, all those Banelings straight into his own turf. So Vindicta is trying to find ways of getting damage done across the map without sending a lot of his boys, because then He knows he's just going to get overwhelmed back at home, and a base race in this situation is not something you can likely win anymore. Vindicta on the left. 50, almost 60 Zerglings right there in production. Ooh, where's the army of Bioice? It's taking a while to arrive. Coming in now. No target fire onto that hatchery, however. Not convinced he would have gotten it, but maybe. The line of creeps starting to thicken. The lone liberator there. Funky to see. Nice, a lot of Zerglings now moving towards the Terran base once again, trying to prevent the SCVs from running away. As the Banelings coming on the trail and finds a lot of infantry right there. Vindicta losing more of his economy once more. At what price? At what price, you ask? That will be a hatchery going down here. There is still this drop of 2 Marauders killing a lot of drones. And, well, Vindicta traded once again pretty favorably against the army of Bioice. He's holding on. He's now 100 army supply versus 50. Oh my, this little marine squadron, that is not getting cleaned up. That's a lot of trouble. That really had to get cleaned up right now. Okay, there's the Banelings. They will be able to deal with it. On the top side, that Marauder still just killing drones. That's on 10 kills right now. This is going to keep going. Another attack here. Vindicta, he's ramping up the speed. He's bringing it again. Bioice, oh man, he's getting out-microed now. It really was a turning point, wasn't it? Suddenly, just like that. Vindicta finds himself across the map, and with one trade that just wasn't efficient enough from Bioice across the field, Vindicta finds himself in an opportunity to make stuff happen across the map, and he jumps on it. He leaps on it. Puts himself in a dominating position for the time being. Bioice still on 64 workers, however. Still an economy that he can bring himself up with. But it is looking rough. It is looking very rough right now. This army of Vindicta is just so massive. It is more than twice the size of Bioice's army. Luckily for Bioice, most of that is Banelings, and they do pretty well in a lot of these situations. Oh, not in that one. Not in that situation. More Widowmines are behind here. The Zerg realizes he needs to turn around. That is not a place where he can get his victory quite early on. And now this is looking like a final push. Vindicta is coming in, ready for the victory, spreading out as much as he can. He knows he's just got to be careful not to lose everything to 2 Banelings now. And he's doing just that. Dodging, weaving, splitting. And wonderful micro there. GG is called. Vindicta takes game number 3. And is going to be able to... I'm pretty